think this is the part that's really important, right? All the information that we covered earlier is really empowering, but if we don't know how to put it into action in our lives, then it's less effective, right? So we're going to talk about how to complete the stress cycle in order to deal with all of the responses that our body and our emotion and our brain has to stress. And it's important to start with remembering that we got to set the stage for that and set ourselves up for success. So two aspects of that I just want to briefly highlight: nutrition and sleep. If we are feeding ourselves well, and I'm not saying don't ever have a dessert because I'm a big dessert person, not that, but just making sure that we also are feeding ourselves the things that we know that are good for us. And also making sure that we get enough sleep. Nutrition and sleep are two really important bases for the other activities that we can do that will really help those other activities as we try to complete the stress cycle be more efficient and effective. So just a brief overview of what those are. 20 to 60 minutes of exercise can help us complete the stress response cycle. Deep breathing, and we're going to do an example of that here in a little bit. Along with meditation and mindfulness, we'll do another exercise that incorporates meditation and mindfulness ideas. Making sure that we have healthy, supportive relationships around us. Even one healthy, supportive relationship makes a huge difference. Laughter within the context of those healthy relationships, and also physical affection within the context of those relationships, can be really important for completing the stress cycle. Crying, it's important. Doctor's orders, cry. That helps us complete the stress response cycle. And then creative expression also can really do a lot to get those big emotions out and help our bodies feel safe again. We talked a lot about the example of running from a bear in the first part of this episode. If you have time to write a poem or paint a picture or splatter paint on a wall, you're obviously not running from a bear. So those are all the things that kind of cue us that we're safe again. We're going to do a couple different things. I'm going to do a move your body, tense and relax, progressive muscle relaxation exercise. And then we'll talk about a deep breathing strategy that's really good for calming down that sympathetic nervous system. And then a little guided imagery that uses meditation and mindfulness. So let's start with the body. So much of what stress is embodied within our body. And of course, if we can, get out and go for a walk for 20 minutes, that's great. But we don't always have the flexibility to do that and the time to do that. So there are still some ways that we can engage our body and give it the clue that things are okay and we're safe. So you can just be sitting in your chair. You can do this at home. There are aspects of this that you can do in class. You could do potentially while driving even. So let's just start with awareness of our face and squish up your face. And yeah, this looks really funny. And laughter, remember, that's an important part of the stress response cycle completion. So squish up your face or laugh at my face and then relax it. And do it one more time. Squish up your face and then relax it. And then stretch your head in one direction. Let that neck, feel that stretch right along the side and feel your neck be heavy over your shoulder. And then bring it back to the center. And you can maybe even tell how one side feels different than the other. And then lean, stretch in the other direction. Create that tension with the stress, with the stretch. And then bring it back to center. You can also drop your head down. If you're like me and you carry tension in the back of your neck, you can feel the stretch there. And then feel the difference when you raise your head. And then you can also tilt back and feel the stretch along the front. And then feel the difference when you bring your head back. We carry lots of this in our shoulders. So bring your shoulders up as high as you can. And even higher. When you think that they're as high as they can go, bring them even higher and keep it all real tight. This is a big muscle tension. And then 3, 2, 1, drop. Okay, what did you notice? I heard it.
It was like just like a sense of like relief.
Yeah, there's a sigh, right? And that's our automatic response. So do it again. As tight as you can. Bring those shoulders way, 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 way up. And we tend to hold our breath when we're doing this too, right? And then let it go. You can clench your fists and then feel them relax. You can do it on your lap, and it's usually a little bit more effective, but I wanted to show you. Clench your fists and let them relax. You can squeeze your glute muscles and the big muscles in your legs. I'm doing it under my desk here. Point your toes real, real hard. Make that whole lower body really tight. And then feel the whole thing relax. So that's just a simple way to engage your body that you can do pretty much anywhere. Okay, so that's exercise number 1. So let's move on to a deep breathing exercise. For number 2, I'm going to teach you box breathing. And what's really cool about box breathing is that this is not something that just came out of the ether. You know, a lot of the times people have a reaction, a negative reaction sometimes to deep breathing. They're like, that's woo-woo, who's got time for that? This is something that our military uses, people. Like, this is legit tough guy stuff, if that appeals to you. All right. So when you are our elite military force and you are in combat conditions for an extended period of time, talk about chronic stress, right? And so our military personnel are trained in this technique called box breathing. It's also called tactical breathing. And this is a way to reduce adrenaline and cortisol levels in chronic stress situations, which obviously our military, thank you for your service, is experiencing, right? So you can use your finger to do this. You can also draw on a piece of paper if you're in class and make the box. You could also take your finger and do it on your leg. Part of the movement is that it helps us focus, and it also helps you kind of track the sequence of the breath. So I'll do a big box that I'm going to draw in the air, and then y'all follow along in whatever way you want. But to get going, we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. A few more times. In, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4, and out, and hold it. And in, and hold, and out, and hold. Last time. In, and hold, and out, and hold. So that's simple, right? And it does require some practice. Sometimes that holding portion at the top and the bottom can feel a little tricky, but that's part of what helps you slow down and is telling your body that you're safe, even if you might actually not be feeling safe. Okay. Another simple trick for breathing is to put your hand on your chest and just notice. You know, oftentimes when we're stressed, we are holding our breath, or we're taking rapid, shallow breaths from our chest. So if you put your hand on your chest and another hand on your belly, and you notice, oh, I can make the hand on my belly move and also make the hand on my chest move, that tells you that you're filling up your lungs in its entirety. And even just the simple act of that can clue your body into, okay, we can slow down now. That's another one. Should I just keep going? Okay. So let's do a mindfulness kind of meditation. And for this one, if you want to close your eyes, that's great. If you don't want to close your eyes, sometimes closing your eyes is alarming for folks and it's not actually restful. You can just let your gaze kind of go fuzzy on something in front of you, ideally not like notes that you're studying or a book, but something that's not going to provoke a sense of anxiety. And just first, as you close your eyes or you're letting your vision kind of get blurry in front of you, just do a quick check-in with your body. If your pants are too tight or you've got an itch, go ahead and handle it. Get your body as comfortable as possible. The goal of this meditation is not tolerating some discomfort. We want you to be comfortable from the start. So do a quick scan and adjust anything that needs to be adjusting. If you want to change your position, lay down on the floor, that's okay too. And we're going to start with the breath again. Just notice your breath moving in and out. You don't have to modify it or change it or do anything to it. Just notice what it's doing right now. And then just notice what might be going on in your head. Maybe some thoughts started to pop in in that stillness and silence that we just had for a few seconds. That's okay. Our brains are wired to think. So also the point of this exercise is not necessarily to empty our minds and not have any thoughts. It's okay to notice them. And then bring your attention back to what we're doing. And then check in with your face. We're going to incorporate a little bit of relaxation with our muscles. And just maybe let your forehead relax. A little space in between your teeth if some of us clench our jaws. Maybe slightly open your mouth. That relieves some tension. Notice your breath. Maybe it's coming in through your nose or your mouth. Just notice what that feels like as it comes in and then it leaves. Put your attention on your neck. Maybe imagine a string is kind of lifting your head. See if you can find a space that's even a little bit more comfortable than how you previously were. Your head position and your neck. And turn your attention to your shoulders. Let them drop. We can have tense shoulders, tense muscles when we don't even know it. So take a minute to consciously let those shoulders drop. Feel your arms. Maybe they're starting to get a little heavy. And the stillness. Notice your hands. Relax your hands. They're clenched. Go ahead and unclench them. And if your fingers are entwined, maybe loosen them from each other a little bit. Then turn your attention to your chest. Feel that rise and fall with your breath. Whatever is your natural cadence. And then onto your belly. Your belly be still, calm. So many of us carry stuff in our GI system. Send it some extra love. And move on to those big muscle groups in the lower half of your body, your seat, your legs, your calves and your shins. You check in with your toes. And then going back to the top of your head, just do another wave through. A slow, steady. Imagine a pouring relaxation into the top of your head. And imagine it just dripping, flowing, filling every crevice of your body. It pushes out worry, it pushes out anxiety, it pushes out fear, and fills you with calm, fills you with peace. And turn that attention back to your breath. Think of what your favorite color is. So maybe it's a warm color that's comforting to you. It could be a calm color or something that's soothing. And imagine on your next inhale, you're breathing in that color. So you're continuing to fill every cell of your body with relaxation. This color that you have this positive association with. If there's any remaining discomfort or agitation or worry, blow that out on your exhale. And if it helps you to imagine that as like a smoke or a fog or another color, go ahead and picture that. Inhale that comforting warm color, and then you exhale anything that doesn't serve you. Another deep breath in and out. Two more deep breaths in. Just really pay attention to this feeling in your body. Hopefully there's a stillness and a calm, a relaxation. Maybe think of a word or an image that kind of captures it for you. Or maybe there's a place in your body that you really feel it. And move your hand to that place on your body where you really feel it, and just soak it up. See if you can make that feeling even bigger than it currently is, to kind of cement what this feels like. And know that you can come back to this spot. Listen to this, you can rewatch this. With time and practice, you can do this on your own. And recapture this feeling whenever you have a few minutes to settle and be intentional with scanning your body and intentional with your breath. And now we'll wrap up. So gently, slowly. Maybe wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. You can move your head from side to side. Do a gentle rousing, nothing too dramatic. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes, let your gaze get sharp again. But remember, don't move out of this feeling too quickly. See if you can feel it even as you rouse yourself from the stillness. feel calm, to feel some relaxation while you're alert. It doesn't have to be an on-off switch. And see if you can take the sensation with you through the day. Thanks for doing it with me.